I'm the Executive Director of the ACLU of Texas. When we moved our state headquarters from Austin to Houston 3 years ago this month, we cited as one of the principal reasons that Houston is one of the most culturally diverse cities in America, if not the most culturally diverse city. Naively, we assumed the city already had an equal rights ordinance. So I stand before you today to give our full-throated support to the passage of an equal rights ordinance. Passage of such an ordinance sends a strong message that discrimination is wrong and it will not be accepted in Houston. Yet the language regarding bathrooms holds the potential to undermine this ordinance. As it is now constructed, that section opens the door for gender policing, and we doubt it will pass constitutional muster. Any business owner or employer gets to instantly diagnose one of the most complex aspects of a person's identity. It reminds me of some of the worst moments of the civil rights fight, including the words and actions of one of the most racist senators this country ever saw, Mississippi's Senator Ted Bilbo. At a time when they were trying to pass laws across the South about the one-drop rule, Senator Bilbo came up with a way to do that.
Councilmember Stardick.
Thank you. I have a tough question. I've listened and I and I respect everything everyone has to say. Some of you may or may not know me or my situation, but I'm very much about persons with disabilities, and we're in the year 2014. I appreciate the passion for this issue. Why is it that we're concerned about access to restrooms when we don't have access to City Hall for persons in wheelchairs until this next month, until after we've pushed and pushed and pushed? So I'm conflicted with the passion for one issue when we need to continue to worry about all people and the persons with disability. And this may not be your particular issue, or it just hit me at this moment. What recourse do those persons with disabilities have all these years of having the Americans with Disability Act? I'm really concerned about the direction our city's going when we continue to disregard persons that have no control over or have no choices, period. They don't have a choice. They have to wait at the door of City Hall and ring a doorbell and depend on someone else to open the door. So I'm really concerned about what we're doing here today, and I just had to say that. I'm Chair. Thank you.
Very good. Councilmember Green.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you for coming down. Can you clarify for me? I think you said something about were you speaking that the good faith exception to the regarding the restroom provision here would not pass constitutional muster? Is that what you said?
We are suggesting that the courts have already said that access to bathrooms is a critical component of access to the workplace and other facilities. So we just simply don't think, with all due respect to Mr. Feldman, that the good faith defense is even necessary in this provision.
And if it's first to happen, if it stays in here, are we looking at a challenge to that particular provision from where you sit?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
If it happens to stay here, are we looking at possible litigation regarding that particular provision?
We think it's possible. We're not threatening litigation.
Okay.
We just file suit. We don't threaten, but
okay.
But it might happen. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Laster.
Ms. Burke, even though you didn't say the end like Mr. Pritchard did, I think you got cut off in mid-sentence, and you were about to tell us something about Senator Bilbo, and I'm particularly curious about what that proposal was going to be. If you could finish that thought.
Thank you. Senator Bilbo wanted to figure out a way to determine if people were really black or not, and so he had this long list of tests, including the size of your forehead or your lips or your whatever. And these one-drop rules passed all over the South, and they weren't declared unconstitutional until 1967. So this bathroom rule that is in this ordinance, we think opens the door to just that kind of, let's come up with a test again. And we're asking that you please not indulge in that.
Thank you very much.